Hey y'all, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of Black Love Elevated. Guys, I'm here with my girls. We already talked about it. This podcast, we elevate conversations around love, relationships, and real life experiences. But I done told y'all before, this isn't just surface level talk. We're getting into the truth, the growth, and the uncomfortable conversations that actually build real relationships. So, again, I said, I'm here with my girls.
I'm Toby.
Y'all already know I'm Eb.
And I'm Ash.
So, I wanted to kind of jump in and see what my girl's been doing this weekend. What's been going on, Toby? How was your weekend?
So y'all know it's officially a holiday. It is Taurus season out here.
Ow,
We out
ow.
here, we having a good time. We partying, we represent. So last weekend was my birthday. Tomorrow is my hubby's birthday. So we went out, had a good time at the Battery. We went down and reviewed the great big game show, so we know where it's gonna be
Ah,
at.
ah, okay.
And we went to the cigar bar, Burned by Rocky Patel. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. What you do, Ed?
Okay. Ah, man. This weekend for me, y'all, was really about family. I had to celebrate the life of my grandmother, 105 years old. So, no, it wasn't a sad
Wow, man.
time, but we celebrated life. And you know what? I'm glad that you asked me that because I want to share something. They always ask my grandmother, how do you live so long? Like, what is your secret recipe? And, my family is from the islands, and she simply said, the good Lord gave us 12 months out of the year. Out of those 12 months, 6 of those months, she minds her own business. The other 6 months, she don't mind nobody else's. Simply put, stay out the way. And 105 years, she did that.
I know that's
Yes.
right. Yeah,
Yes.
that's amazing. That's amazing. A
Hmm.
celebration life always is huge.
Listen.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, for me, y'all, I've been chilling in the house trying to get my life together. Y'all know I'm always moving, trying to do something to better myself.
Uh-huh.
Y'all already know. But I mean, I just want to make sure everybody knows where we are right now. We are live, y'all, on Facebook,
Mm.
Instagram,
Mm.
YouTube. So we
All that.
growing a little bit here. We're growing a little bit here. But
We
Eb,
told y'all we was gonna get right.
right. We've been working and doing a lot of different things. So we're gonna pass it back over to Miss Ebony so she can go ahead and do the introduction, honey, because they need to know a little bit more about us. Who are we and what we
Yeah.
do?
I know, but look, make sure that y'all tap in. Y'all already heard Ash say Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're on all of those platforms. So whichever one fits you and suits you, tap in, share that information, like it, all that good jazz. We need the support. But as we stated, it's another episode of Black Love Elevated where we kind of dig in and we talk about real life relationships and situations and just trying to keep healthy relationships going on out there, answer some of the questions that come into our inbox. So really, I'm gonna turn it over to Ash to kind of give you a little deep root about Black Love Elevated. We'll kick it over to Toby, let you know about some of the things that we do when we get outside within our relationships and our couples on our date nights. And yeah, we're gonna do it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, Black Love Elevated is a group that we created. You're looking at your three founders here about a year ago. Well, we're moving very closely to a year, I think in July. We got on the phone
Yes.
like, hey, y'all, let's make this happen. But anyway, what we do is basically we come together as married couples, folks who are in serious relationships, and we have a good time. We have events that we attend, which Toby will kind of go over that information with you guys of what we've done in the past and what we have coming in the future. And then we also just kind of learn and develop in our relationships as a group together. And no, it's not about messiness. It is literally about friendships, whether we're having internal issues that we want to talk and discuss with each other, or just somebody that you can vent with and someone that has a different perspective on marriage. So basically, that's what we do as a group. We are pushing and motivating each other to be the best version of ourselves in marriage and serious relationships.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And Toby, tell them a little bit about the events because I know that is big for you. That's your thing, honey.
Yes, yes. So like she said, we definitely like to get out. We like to be outside, have a good time. We like to meet new couples. We do some intimate things. We also do some just, where we go out and just all have a great time, like club, lounge scene kind of situation. Sometimes we have just dinner. We've gone to uh, axe throwing. We've done the gun range. We've done the game show challenge, like I said. About about a year ago when our first date night was the game show challenge. And we got out there and we booked the guys' asses and the thing we did like a men against the women
We did.
challenge, and we whooped them. We did, y'all. And they think we cheated, but we didn't. But we are gonna definitely run it back in June. We're looking at June the 20th. You guys save the date. Definitely check the events tab. Make sure y'all do not miss it. You do not want to miss this. Y'all can go back in our past videos and see how much fun we had the last time. And this time it's going to be at the Battery. So we'll be able to do some little after party fun. We typically always do something after our events too, just to kind of keep the party going. And then my husband and I, we love beating everybody else, all the other couples. I'm gonna tell y'all now. So, you know, we beat y'all all the time, right? So
Yo.
Please stop telling these lies online. You know, this is a live situation. Don't do that, Tobie.
so we can't wait to see what we could do this time. And then in July, we are going to be Ebony's going to be bringing the Bronx to New York, you guys. So
Ooh.
Yes.
y'all look out for that too. It's going to be lit. It's going to be a whole lit weekend. We'll probably let y'all in on a couple of things that we do, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to be outside, so y'all look out. Oh, what y'all
Yes.
drinking on today?
Oh.
Lord, let me
Is
see.
it a secret? Look, well, we already said we looking for sponsors. We looking for people that want us to advertise and get this information out there. So I'm not going to name drop too deep, but I got me a nice margarita and I'm representing my Black Elevator Love glass.
Ooh.
And this margarita is going to make me be able to flow the words exactly how I need them to be. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's great. So for me, typically it would be a Jack and Coke, but honestly, my head is killing me today. So guess what? We're gonna keep it light with a little bit of water.
Okay. Need a little water,
Goodness.
H2O.
A little
I got
bit.
some
What you-
Cabernet here. Let me see. Can y'all get there? It is. Got some Cabernet Sauvignon. Doing my bougie shit tonight.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's real life stuff going on. And sometimes you just got to unwind and, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy your space, darling.
Yes, absolutely. Y'all support up, y'all, because we about to get into some stuff. We about to get into
Yeah,
some
I need a
things,
drink
child.
right now.
It's been some stuff happening, okay, since we last left. We've had our inboxes going crazy. And then on top of that, we've had a lot of little situations that popped off in pop culture. So y'all want to get started? We ready to get started a
Yes,
little bit?
let's do that.
All right, Charles. So let's get into the pop culture. So who are we talking about today? I think the real hype and everything is going on. They talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Ladies, have y'all heard about what's going on with Megan Thee Stallion? What's the question out there that we're going to jump into about Miss Megan Thee Stallion?
Well, I definitely think we should jump into that question for sure. Because the big discussion right now for Megan Thee Stallion, well, first of all, let's kind of talk a little bit about what the whole situation is. If you haven't been privy to, or you just been on the dang on rock, because really and truly it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But the whole situation between Megan Thee Stallion and Clay Thomas is that apparently they have officially ended things. And this is due to some alleged cheating rumors between Clay Thompson and some unnamed young lady or several folks. But Megan did release a tweet, or excuse me, an Instagram post, and we're going to pull that up for you guys so you can kind of see what it is that she stated during this time. So it says here, cheating had me around your whole family, playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings, treatments towards me during a basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after all this. Bye, y'all. So it sounds like that was her official breakup statement from him, and how she decided to exit out. And it's so funny because we talked about that not last week, but a few topics ago in regards to,
Oh,
how you display things online. So maybe we'll get into that a little bit. But the question is, it is about him being monogamous. But our question for today is, can you keep someone from cheating? But again, monogamous and cheating, if he mentioned that he didn't want to be monogamous, but he got caught cheating before that, is it even a viable statement that he brought up? So technically, my guy, you still were cheating, even if you said that you wanted to be monogamous. So Eb, I'm gonna kind of throw it to you and see what you think about it.
Well, I mean, it kind of hit me hard because Megan had publicly expressed that she felt safe. She felt happy. She felt supported in this relationship. She went through all of the emotions with the family, all of that good jazz. We think about her being a celebrity saying, oh, just because you're a celebrity, you beautiful, you successful, you can't be cheated on. Nah, she's just another human being. So what kind of separates that? Can you stop somebody from cheating? I really don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really about your values. It's a choice that you're making. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really stop somebody from doing that. In my opinion, and I could go a little bit deeper, but I just want to know from you, Tobie, do you feel like you can stop somebody from cheating? Or do you have to have a certain status to feel like now they're not gonna cheat?
Yeah, I definitely do not think that you can keep people from cheating. I think that it's a character issue. It's not a relationship issue. You can definitely give it your all, be the best, wife that you can be, woman that you can be. You can cook, clean, be sexing that man all day, every day. If the person want to just cheat, that's just what they're gonna do. That person has to have their own inner morals or whatever to keep them from doing something. And then, but I do think on the flip side of that, that you can maybe discuss like if you start noticing things that you're not doing, or if that person is trying to communicate to you and tell you what they want or what they need, and then you yourself are not trying to do your part to give them what they need, then not that it excuses the cheating, but also maybe they need to decide if they want to stay in a relationship or not, or that's I don't think you can
Yeah.
stop
So I
it.
mean, are you saying that's because you didn't do something, you made them cheat? Now,
Nah,
does that fall on me?
nah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. But I do think that you should have your eyes open to things that could be happening that you might could discuss before it gets to a point where we're cheating or we think we need to leave the relationship or whatever the case may be.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know, Ash. You might want to jump in because for me, cheating is a reflection of you. It is really who that person is. Sometimes we
Mm,
start to internalize, was I not enough? You know what I'm saying? Did I miss something? Is it the lack of discipline, needing validation for certain things, poor boundaries? It can go into a lot of things, but you got to look in the mirror. And a lot of times these people are telling you who they are and you just haven't believed them yet. But
exactly.
Ash, what you got?
I agree with you guys. So let me just say this. It is probably going to make people super uncomfortable when I say this, but you cannot keep anyone from cheating. So if they cheat on you, you need to stop and just ask. You can't really ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Right. So I understand where you're coming from, Tobie, as far as like, oh, I need to understand exactly how I can better myself in a relationship. But to me, that still shouldn't set the bar of where if that person cheats or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
In that
Right.
relationship, right? To me, I feel like that is a moral, kind of like what Ed was saying. That's a moral issue. That's no discipline. That's probably one of the big things that falls on me, or what I think of when I hear people who say that they cheat or they're unfaithful in relationships. To me, you just ain't got no goddamn discipline. And what he stated, he can't be monogamous. Like, bro, you already had her. You
Come on.
wooed her, had her with your family, doing all these different things.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, now you want to say you don't want to be monogamous. But I have to tell you, ladies, this brings me to another point of women, how we are presenting ourselves in relationships. And I had this conversation with my daughter in regards to how we're looking and how we're presenting ourselves in relationships or people in general. Are we giving too much? Just like that conversation we had in maybe a week or so ago, in regards to our different relationship statuses and where we are, and am I being this wife, am I showing you, am I good enough to be a wife? Like, to me, that just is not a true thing. You just have to be yourself, fall in place, and the person is either going to accept you or they're going to move on. But I do believe that men know when they know, whether it's I want this person to be my wife. They're not going to make you jump through hoops, because if they're
Right.
making you jump through hoops, most likely it's something there that they know will not work for them. That's just what it is for me.
Hmm.
So to me, hey, her backing up and him backing up, I hate the way it happened, but I would have rather for it to happen like this now
Yes.
instead of her getting married and all the other shit happening.
Yes.
What you think, Toad?
Yeah. Now, see, Trisha says cheating is a choice. You could just as easily walk away. Definitely agree with
Facts.
that.
I agree
definitely
That's
to just
too.
right.
walk away. And I would rather you, like you said, let me know up front what it is. If you can't, you don't feel like you could be monogamous, then it is what it is. But then also, like you said too, like, damn, you had me around your family. You know what I'm saying? You was introducing me to this person, that person. We doing all the house, the husband, wife things. And then here you go with this. Is it because you got caught or because you was cheating that you can, like, what if, did he get caught? How did she find out that he was cheating? Do we know?
No, so allegedly, I don't know if he got caught. No one really knows the fundamental piece, but what we
Mm.
do know is from that post, it sounds like he was maybe caught in a situation allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then
And
decided,
decided,
oh,
oh,
I don't want to be monogamous.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the way it feels, the way that she posted it. So
Yeah, but if you felt that way, why not? Let's have that conversation before we start playing house and introducing and wasting all this time. Time is the new currency, darling. My
hello,
time is valuable, and I
yeah.
need you to respect the time if I choose to allow you to take part in that time. But at the end of the day, Ash, let's be fair. Sometimes relationships do have issues, right? But the question is how you choose to handle it. Like the young lady Trisha said, it's a choice, right? So is cheating ever justified, or is it just a flaw?
Hmm.
I don't think it's
I
justified.
No. I definitely feel like it is a flaw, and it runs back to the discipline situation. I mean, we can say what we want. When you're young, you want to have fun and you do these different things,
Mm-hmm.
but it also can leak over into adulthood. So sometimes you do have to watch yourself when you're young and how loose things are. You are as a person, because you can turn into this person who believes that you can't handle monogamy. I do believe that that does tie into a lot of things. Not to say that folks are, you're not allowed to live your life, but in the end, this thing called marriage, it's a serious thing. It really, really is serious. And I don't know. I'm just glad, like I said before, that she didn't get so far into it where it was
Right.
just destroyed. I
She
think
didn't let
she'll be able to
herself be
recover.
dragged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she'll be able to recover from this. It was terrible, and it is terrible, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it also teaches women a lesson as well. We need to watch that. We have to watch the whole playing house situation. I think Josh just said that in the comments, that I just hear someone was playing house. I agree. I agree. I don't know how you ladies feel about the whole situation of someone coming into a relationship and, look at me, I can be the wife that you want to be. I just personally think that that's a no go for me. Unless we're both giving it all. No, women get
Now,
their hearts broke
Ash.
too much.
Now, Ash. Remember what we were saying, and Toby, you was just saying. So, well, could he have not said something before where he's saying, "Oh, now he don't want to be monogamous"? So the question is, and I want to kind of put this out here: would you rather be told the truth and risk heartbreak, or be cheated on and never know?
Ooh. Go ahead, Toby.
Mm.
I mean, I think the obvious answer would be for me, yes, I'd rather be told the truth and risk the heartbreak, the heartache about it, because at least I know what I'm dealing with. And then I can decide for myself, do I want to stay in this and try to fix it or see what I can change? Obviously we already established that we can't, if a cheater gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. But like, do I want to forgive this person for cheating or do I want to move on? So I kind of feel like I'd rather be told. I'd rather be told. Just break my heart. Let me know. My heart can
Break my
heal.
fucking heart and let
Yeah.
me have my nightmares. Let me figure out how
My
I'm gonna
heart can
take
heal.
your ass out because I'm feeling away. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
Nah,
joking.
but for real.
But there are a lot of women and some men out here, like, don't tell me. Like, I could use my parents for an example. They like, you go, if you go do, not my father had said that to me, and my stepmother, she was like, listen, I don't want to know. Don't come and tell me nothing. We've been together for 50 something years. I prefer for you not to say a thing to me. Me
That's
personally,
another side.
it is. But for me, I'm like, absolutely not. Let me know. Let me have my choice. Don't take that from me. Do
Yeah.
not take my choice away from me, because that shit leads to so many different things
Right.
that it's insane. What about you, Ed? What do you think? And would you want someone to tell you the truth, or
That's hard because then we destroy a lot of things that could have been going. For me, I'm a woman of choice. So I definitely want to know. I want to be able to work through those emotions. I want to be able to deal with it. I want to understand why this happened. And if I made that conscious decision to make it work, because we all know sometimes you go through things in relationships and that doesn't mean you necessarily have to leave. That's why they have these outlets, therapies, group sessions, all those good things. I want to know so I know how to make things better so that this doesn't continue. You understand what I'm saying? So give me the choice, but help me understand why this happened. Is it a you thing? Is it a me thing? Is it a us thing? What do we need to do to make this right if we're going to continue to be together or not?
But then you know what, like Ash was saying about her parents, I kind of feel like, is it possible? And maybe you know, Ash, did your mom know that he cheated in the past and was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna stay, and so maybe if you just don't tell me, just don't bring it home, don't let nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, was that possibly what was happening?
I think that it has happened before on both sides actually, because they'll get back. I mean, they thoroughbreds,
Yeah,
okay. But I
Hmm.
think that they just got being older, they just got to the point where it's like, don't bring nothing home. And I've
right.
heard
So it
people
wasn't that they
say
didn't
that.
know.
I
Yeah,
think
and I
that
Yeah.
it
have
was
too.
known, but just, I mean, known that this was the standard. Don't let me
Right.
find out, and don't bring anything home type of thing. I think that's still the standard that they stand by today. Me personally, like Patricia said in the comments, lying to me steals my choices. Let me choose to stay or leave. That is how I
Yeah,
feel too. But for them, it's like, I guess that bond for them is much stronger than whatever is happening
yeah.
externally. You
Well, you
know?
know what? I'm going to say this, and I kind of stand for Megan on this, what I respect a little bit. And I kind of put this out there. What I respect most about Megan is she didn't negotiate her standards. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? She made it clear. Once the trust was broken, there was no foundation. Like, I'm not sticking around. I'm not waiting to try to figure out what it's going to be. And I think that where a lot of people struggle, we try to rebuild with people who already showed us that they're not consistent. They're not going to make it work. They're going to make you jump through hoops. And again, like I said earlier, wasted time. So I kind of give props to Megan for standing on her business and, you know what I'm saying, valuing her worth.
And let's be clear, for me, on my standpoint, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a person saying, "Look, I'm not able to be monogamous. Maybe I need to be in a what do you call a polygamous relationship or whatever the other words are for the shit." But tell me up front. I respect it. If
Right.
you tell me up front, then I can choose what I want to do, and we good from there. And
Yeah.
that's it.
I
But I
definitely
do
have
have
to agree
another
with that.
question for y'all too to kind of
Oh,
spin off
go
of that.
ahead,
I want to know
girl.
what y'all
Go
think
ahead.
Oh,
about
there
this.
you
Spin it.
go.
Talked
Spin it,
about
girl. You know I love a good
Hmm.
spin.
we talked about how he took her around the family, right? And we don't know
Hmm.
whether or not he got caught cheating or whatever. But here's the question. Do y'all think anybody in the family should have been like, yo, Meg, he making you think he loyal, but he cheating. Like, who is the family loyal to? Are they loyal to Clay? Should, like, if he was close to the mom, should the mom have been like, yo, this ain't the one? You know what I mean? Like, what y'all think about that?
Mm.
Mm.
I would speak on a situation, but I'm not gonna go into that situation. But I personally believe, for me, I think I would come to him more or less than anything than coming to her, because it kind of, it gives you a battle. I mean, realistically, you're talking about family versus a relationship that looks like it's going somewhere, but it's not, you
Hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I think that I would, because I got 5 brothers. I definitely don't accept or agree or indulge in anything when it comes to cheating in the relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. I just don't indulge in that. But I would have separate conversations, and they know they won't come to me. They not gonna tell me nothing about nothing like that, because they already know. Like, I'm gonna come at your head as your sister, right? And a woman
Hmm.
myself, that comes first. And if I'm sitting here watching you do a woman any kind of way, I feel like you'll do me any kind of way, or allow a man to do me any kind of way. So I have an issue with it. Would I go directly to her? Not necessarily, because that has gone bad when I have tried to help people before and be like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
they usually stay, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
now my brother can't stand me. So I usually just address them, just address them head on. What about you, Eb? Because I know you had some sons and some,
Yeah, I don't know, but you know what it is taking us into? It's taking us into the next segment of what we talking about. So I love that y'all kind of bringing up the family and like, do you say something, who you say something to, do you sidebar it, backdoor it, or what? Because the second portion of the segment, can we jump into that, ladies? It kind of connects right here.
Yes.
I mean, so we was talking about, is it safe to talk to your in-laws or your family members or anybody about your relationship? Because this can actually cause real relationship problems. So I want to kind of talk about that, because sometimes you're trying to figure out, who do I need to talk to? You know, you want to have an outlet, and sometimes you may go to your mom or your in-law or your sister or your brother. But how does that really look in a marriage when you start getting deep about what's going on into your in your personal household?
Go ahead,
Starting
Tobie.
with
I'm gonna start with you, Toby. Go on and give him the tea. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like it's okay, it's safe to do that?
I definitely think that in a relationship, you should have one person at least that you're able to talk to. Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I have like my best friend, I talk to her. I know she's going to keep it real with me. She's going to tell me, no, Toby, you was wrong in that situation, or you was right. He shouldn't have been doing XYZ or whatever. And I don't go to my person to expose my spouse or to, talk badly about my spouse. It's mostly just to kind of get both sides an opinion on what's what. So, I know that when I get ready to forgive my spouse, my friend is going to forgive my spouse too. And we're going to be able to move forward and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when I talk to my mom and my mom doesn't forgive, she's still mad about whatever. I done gave up on that 10, 20 years ago and she still talk about it. I think it depends on who you talk to. But I will say, well, from what we were talking about before, one example for me is, my son has a baby mother, and she has come to me before and, crying on the phone, saying this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, girl, I have said to her, this is toxic. I'm telling you now, it's not gonna work out. Like, y'all need to break up. And like Ash was saying, they if they don't listen, they just stay there. And then now, the son mad, the brother mad, whoever mad. But I don't care. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't lying for nobody. And my son called and tell me, Mom, hey, what, not doing whatever. Nope, no, you wasn't. You lying. He cheating, girl. Like, I ain't lying for
Oh, oh,
nobody.
so you
I ain't
gonna you
lying for
gonna you
nobody.
gonna let the girl know, look,
I ain't
this
lying for
ain't
nobody.
this ain't what it's him for. You need to let him go, move on. That's a hard one. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, that can break boundaries with somebody. It's like loyalty piece. And that's why this question is so bold. Like you said, I'm telling my family member, okay, this is what's going on in my household. You may forgive that person. Y'all done went through therapy or whatever, but now back here at the ranch, they still holding on to these thoughts and feelings. Now, is it okay for your spouse to have to sit there during holidays and dinners and somebody feeling away because they know all your personal business inside and they holding that to you? So it's kind of a split there as to how much you give and what space that puts your spouse in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you think, Ash?
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I think that we all need someone to vent to. I think Trisha, well, Josh said keep it in the home. I definitely agree. But everyone, you just need to get it out sometimes, right? And I agree with her. She says, I agree. You have to have that safe space, a person who isn't going to be biased and real with you. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think that is a true statement, right? Like we have to have someone that we can talk to and have these conversations with, but you have to be very careful about that choice
Mm-hmm.
of person. For me, like you were saying, Eb, it can cause a lot of resentment when you're talking about like family. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, he did what? He did such and such. You need someone who can kind of meet you in the middle, who understands that humans have reactions and they do certain things. Now, if we talking about abuse and all that other stuff, girl, because I've told people to get out of abusive relationships that they stuck in as well. I'm gonna be flat out and real with you in the moment. Like, girl, you need to get the hell on. But if you're talking about just general relationship things, you do need
Mm-hmm.
someone to vent to, whether it's family or friend, just maybe one. But I would not recommend telling the world. And I went through that. I did go through that when me and my spouse used to have the moments of battling back and forth, because I'm such I used to be very, very aggressive, believe it or not. But I mean, if we arguing, I don't give a shit that my dad and them walking in the door. We gonna finish this goddamn argument right now. And I had
Yeah,
to
and
learn
mm-hmm.
that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Eb. Go ahead.
No, because I'm saying now, what if your family member already didn't quite like them, but they trying to support you now? You just giving them ammo. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They gonna hold them to it. Now, how does that look on a long-term scale. You understand what I'm saying? That's the shit that I'm talking about. It's like you want to be able to have that outlet and be able to, but people form these opinions and where you have forgiveness and grace and you're trying to move through a relationship because we know these relationships ain't perfect. Now they looking at you crazy, judging you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even got no right to, because I bet they shit ain't all the way perfect, but this happens.
Right.
Yep. But it's also just choosing a person who understands both
Right
of you,
person.
not just people who side with you. And if you're
Right.
not ready for a tough conversation, then
Yeah.
if you're just looking for somebody to agree with you,
Agree with
keep
you.
keep that in the house, because that means that you ain't really looking for any support or any assistance. You just want to be right. And that's something that you need to work out with your spouse versus everyone else, including your family. Because like Ed was saying, I mean, you're gonna have everybody, hey, this what's going on in a household, and you're gonna be the conversation and the topic of the next cookout. And we need to
Hell
just watch
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Like
Hell
that's
yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to my cousin earlier, and we was talking about that, like how you said, somebody that's going to just tell you what you want to hear. Nah, I need that genuine person that if I'm wrong, I want you to say, nah, you was dead wrong on that. You know what I'm saying? And that way I can have that accountability piece, and I can say, okay, damn, I fucked that up, and I can kind of self-reflect and be able to address the situation. Because again, if you want something to be right, you got to peel back the layers and understand why it happened. And sometimes that why is within your own shit. So did you figure it out for yourself? How you gonna be better, but you talking about what you want somebody else to do for you, but you're not willing to do it for them. So that accountability piece is real. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let me hold that and let me reflect on that. But I don't need nobody to just side for me. That's just like my girls. I lie for you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
mm-hmm.
You heard that?
Absolutely love that for sure.
I'm
For
just
sure, for sure.
saying.
So have you guys actually done that before, as far as using someone to be that confident? I think I definitely have. I'll be honest with y'all, I have. My mother-in-law is definitely a safe space for me. I feel like we have conversations that my husband probably wouldn't even believe, but she is that safe space. My best friend is a safe space. I've had conversations with them that no one knows about, and it's I know that I can trust them. It hasn't come back to me like, oh, such and such said this. And I'm talking about years of friendships and development and growing. So I know that those are like the two people. If I really need to have an in-depth conversation about my relationship, they're not going to be biased. They're going to say, bitch, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or you need
Right.
to pull this shit together, or you need to focus on and fix
Yeah.
this, or whatever the case may be. And the funny thing is, one of those people is actually his mother. She's always been like a very unbiased person. She'll tell me, hell no, do this with my son. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
recommend doing.
Right.
She just is that type of person. She keeps it real, but she also understands and taught me that I'm a woman at the end of the day. So I understand exactly what you're going through. So have y'all had
Yes.
that with someone before, where you felt like you can vent with them or just kind of talk with them, whether it's like a family member or one of his family members?
Yeah, I definitely have a best friend that I talk to, like I said. And I think that it's important to, when you're looking for somebody, or not looking for, but when you're choosing somebody to be the person that you speak to and be that safe space, you got to look for the signs too that they might not be. Like if that person is constantly bashing your spouse, they may not
Pull
be
out.
the person that you need to
Mhm.
talk to. You know what I'm saying? So, and you got to be careful.
So that's kind of even reading your room. Sometimes you may
Yeah.
think you have that right person, but it ain't that right person. But based on the conversation and through the conversation, you can say, okay, this is genuine. They got my best interests at heart. They not looking for me, because you got some of those that's like, nah, fuck that. You need to leave this motherfucker, this, that, and the third.
Hmm.
But you haven't even peeled back to say what really went on. So,
Right.
even Trisha said the same thing. Having that person, somebody that's biased, that's just going to say right is right, wrong is wrong. And these are some of the things. I think I have that person. But I still feel reserved with it. I don't feel like I share everything, because I do believe certain things need to stay inside, and I need to kind of internalize and work through that by myself. Because even though I may trust this space right here within my marriage and my household,
Mhm.
certain things, it's a line that nothing ever
Mhm.
crosses. I just got to deal with that within myself. And that's just my opinion personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now, what do
yeah.
y'all think about the flip side of that? Like, yeah, we're talking about speaking to people outside of your house about your bad things, I guess, like problems that you have in your relationship, but what about like telling all the good stuff and all the well, I guess part of my question is probably more of an after dark question, but like because there are people out there that might want your spouse, you know what I'm saying? Like might can't tell too much, right? Is there a line there too?
Girl, yeah, it's a line. I don't be doing all that. I think we have our after dark conversations, which we really typically don't, base that off of our relationships anyway. I mean, we have our little fun topics, but no, I don't believe that you should be running and having conversations about like bedroom with other people and all that other stuff. I that's just too far for me. It is
Mm-hmm.
just too far. I think I would have to put a hard stop on that when it comes to those conversations, just because that's our private area. That's some things that we should be discussing.
Yeah, like I don't need no bitch out there fantasizing about what my man doing, boy.
Now
No.
look, but Tobie, I love your flip side question, right? So what about this? Like you said, what about we talk about the bad things, but guys, there's some great things that's happening in relationships. You done elevated with your spouse, y'all taking trips, y'all done got a new business, y'all done bought some new properties, y'all doing shit. Is that okay to share? Because we know haters out there, but when do you celebrate your success? Your receipts that you took a stance and loved yourself hard. Y'all believed in some stuff and you want to really celebrate that. Like, is that okay to do? Because, yeah, we got the haters, but damn, can I not talk about my shine?
Yeah, I definitely think you should be able to talk about your shine, but there again, it's still a matter of the right people. Like you can't, everybody can't
Damn.
know about your shine. Shit.
I can't even be happy. I can't even tell people like, hey, girl, you can't celebrate that.
Definitely.
Girl, I'm from the hood, so a lot of people.
Cold.
Go ahead. Yeah, she
I
said
was just
huge
saying,
line
Trisha.
sinkhole. Uh-huh. No, I'm from the ghetto. I'm from the hood, so a lot of people have not had a lot of success, and I like my shit. I want to keep it nice, so I really don't brag about a lot of different things. I could if I wanted to, but I just don't. I choose to keep it internally unless I am talking to people who have met or have grown and are looking for growth in their life. I think that that's okay to celebrate with those type of people, but sometimes envy, jealousy, we see it all the time. It's a real thing. I think you just gotta watch, like what Tobie said, watch who you celebrating with. If I was talking to y'all, I know, girl, I bought a house, I did this, because y'all doing y'all big one, y'all
Yeah.
growing and developing in life, and y'all may
Yeah.
say, Ashley, you should look at this and blah blah blah. So that's an
Yeah.
exchange of information, and I know you're not gonna hate on me. We gonna grow together. Whereas someone who may not, maybe a different view, what you think?
Well, the hell
Yeah.
with that. Look, I'm not hiding my success inside. I'm going to let my haters be my motivators, darling. I'm going to be proud of my success stories and what I like. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But you're not going to stop my voice. And you're not going to stop the fact that I may have worked hard for something and I want to kind of speak on that. Look, I'm an acquired taste. Some people, you can love me or leave me alone, but I'm not going to allow someone to have that much power over me to stop my shine and even speaking about my success. This shit is hard work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if somebody can't be happy for you, you need to be able to read that in their eyes. Because one thing you just said, Ash, you got envy. And what's the other one? So when somebody envies you versus, you know what I'm saying, being happy for your success, they may say, hey, I look up to you. I want what you want. But envy? You want what I want at all expense? That's a problem, and you got to know the two.
So when you say that, Eb, right? I understand like being happy for yourself. Are you saying what is the extent of boasting or telling people about your success? Are you like the one that posted online, like I done bought me a new house, I got this going, da da da, or you kind of like keeping it to your circle of people? What does it look like for you?
I'm not a big poster, but a lot of times with me, secretly, I'm building. Like for me, I said I'm working on a new project right now, right? I launched a new brand. It's called Elegant Beyond Bricks. And I said, 2026 is about silently building this brand. So I don't need to put it out there, talk about it, because 2026 is going to be about getting the rewards. But if I did want to post it, it's something about excitement. Like, guys, guess what? I'm so excited about this because I'm thinking if you rock with me, you should be excited for me. You know what I'm saying? So I may share that way, but while I'm building, I may be doing that in silence. But when it's time to celebrate, They say I could do that loud if I want to, but it's not a bragging type of thing. It's like I'm excited for what I did. And then
Yeah.
you should be too. If you
That is
fuck with me.
that is true. That is true. And I think that's the big thing, right? If that person actually fuck with you. And that's that's what it is. Like for us, I think we celebrate each other, and that's something that is big actually in the people that we hang out with. So I kind of keep it to that. I don't really look at other folks who aren't really doing anything or boasting. I don't really post a lot online. I don't even really try to post when I'm going out on a cruise or trips or anything. My husband will tag me, but like I don't really like to do it. I don't. That's not my thing.
And then Ash, look, if you're not talking about things and you're talking about elevation and growing, getting to the next level, how you gonna get news and information if you ain't putting it out there? Like-minded people, like like you said, you may bring something to me like, yo, Ab, I just did this. I'm like, yo, all right, that's a good idea, Ash. Maybe you want to look into this, this, and this. I saw this here. I saw that there. Like I was talking to my cousin earlier. She was dropping some jewels on, yo, I'm going to send you some feedback and some information on these relationships and stuff. It's a lot of information out there because she was proud of what I was into. It's not like, oh, so you doing that? Nah, like, come on, give me some feedback. Iron sharpens iron. You need like-minded people in your circle. And that's why my shit is small.
Yeah.
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 And that definitely is it too. The keeping the circle small. Go ahead, Tobie.
No, I was just gonna say I definitely agree with that because you want to hang around people that are growing. Why you don't want to sit around motherfuckers that don't have nothing to lose or just don't have nothing because they gonna make you not have shit. They gonna drain you. Like, nah, you gotta be around people that's trying to grow, trying to be better. Definitely. What did Eusebio say? I can see it in there.
What he said? He said a
pat on the
back is not always a good one.
Oh, a pat on the back is not always a good one.
It's very true.
Yeah. See,
how can that not be? A pat on the back is not really a good one. What does that mean?
It might not be a pat, it might be a push. That motherfucker might be pushing you.
He said a push.
Trying to push you out the way. They can get their shit. Like, nah.
Yeah, I agree, man. I personally believe moving in silence. First of all, until I'm at the point, a lot of people don't know how many things I got going on. I have a lot, but moving in silence, once I get to a point, I also believe in energy too, right? And sometimes that energy, that negativity can cloud things up for you and stop you from moving to that next level. So that's another reason why I keep stuff close to my chest. And like he was saying, there may just be some haters out there. You know what I mean? And sometimes having them around or even knowing about it, I mean, listen, like I said before, I'm from the hood. I know how it go. Some people don't want to see you shine.
It's a word out there called dopamine. You know what that word mean? What does that word dopamine mean to you? See, to me, I want to give myself, I want to celebrate those small wins because that makes me feel good. It triggers portions of your brain that say, keep doing this. You're doing a good job. Like, don't beat yourself down because sometimes you can be harder on yourself than anybody else can be harder on you because you want to be so successful. You know what I'm saying? So give yourself a little dopamine, celebrate those small wins so that you can get to the big wins, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm going to celebrate my wins. And if you don't like it, then you can stay watching, you can stay following, and then that's just the reason.
Okay. All right, girl.
Dopamine. Dope me up. Tell me I did good. Yes, girl, I did that. You should do this. You got any ideas? Like, I want to be able to collab with people that's trying to get somewhere that doesn't mind seeing someone else be successful. That's the big key and point here. And that's the same thing with relationships, right? If you see a relationship that's struggling, then I want to be around people that want to see me succeed within my marriage. They want to see me get from 24 to 25 years. Yeah, I said that with my chest. They want to see that versus want to see me at the divorce court and then they backdooring and trying to inbox my man. Come on.
Right. Yeah, because let's be clear. Like, the reason that we growing and we doing all these things because he with me. He might not do all the same shit with you. He ain't gonna act like he act with me with you, ho. Like, just over there.
Oh, wait a minute.
Over there.
Okay. So bitch, back down. Okay.
Back down.
Back down.
Yeah, but you know
Okay.
what? That's real though, because I think a lot of people don't understand that about marriage. That, like, you know, you may see, even if it's a man or a woman, right? Because they always say that we talking about women. So even if we are stronger together, right? And I think that a lot of people don't realize that that's a part of the marriage side of things and being in a relationship. We make each other better. So what you see, bitch, you seeing a piece of me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So this man,
Absolutely.
not to you,
Absolutely. Yeah.
okay?
Come on
That's
now.
not
This
you.
went into years of getting this man to walk a certain way or move a certain way. It's not like saying you're training somebody. I don't want y'all to take this in the wrong context, but I built that up. This took time and years, and you think you're gonna walk on in here? And all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
and the same is vice versa, like she was saying.
yes.
It's men too. We
Mhm.
as women do certain things for our husbands that we've, I don't say learned, but you know, we learn each other. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
might treat my husband this way or do certain things for my husband this way. Don't mean that I'm gonna do this shit for your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
That
I'm
is
feeling you. And that's just what it's about. So back to what we was kind of talking about, you know, just having that space, being able to share information with family and friends, and really understanding, damn, stopping to think, how would that make my spouse feel? I'm sitting here gossiping, you know what I'm saying, giving all our inside stuff that's in our household, and now we sitting down at Christmas dinner and they looking at me sideways, they looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? You need to consider your spouse, male or woman side, female side of it, whatever it is. It's about considering people's feelings. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put your stuff out there on blast. And if you do, have a safe place
yeah.
with no judgment.
And let me just say this one last thing. If anybody out there chooses to have me be their safe space, understand that I'm gonna tell you the truth. And if you keep coming to me about the same shit over and over and over again, I'm gonna just probably ignore you or block you. I'm just letting you know right now. Don't keep calling me talking about you finna leave that man and then you still there. I don't want to
Dang,
hear it.
Toby, you talking to
I don't want
me?
to hear it.
I thought that was the definition of fucking insanity, doing the same shit over and over again, expecting the same results. I'm saying, okay, so you want to be insane, you know, and I would probably ask you nice, like Toby. So, you know, that's going to cause you to lose your mind. You keep doing the same shit. Is that what you want? I mean, if that's what you want, let me know what crazy home you want to be in, and I can get a list of the motherfuckers and we can get you signed up for that. But it got to be what you want.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Yeah, look. Anyway, let's move on. I think it's time for us to pivot for a second. We done talked about Megan. We done talked about making sure that you don't have certain conversations, or who do you have a conversation with? You know, what's your place, excuse me, on, you know, having conversations with family members, in-laws, and how that will make your spouse feel. But now, I said now, it's time to jump into Black Love Elevated After Dark. Can we jump there, ladies?
Yes.
Now we gotta quickly say what we say every week, y'all. If you are uncomfortable with uncomfortable conversations and topics, stay. We don't care. So at this point,
Yes, we
don't
want
leave.
you here.
Don't
Yeah,
leave.
we want you here.
We want you here. Unless you are underage, please. If you are underage, please exit. But
Look,
outside of that, we want you here. So I really think we need to restructure this segment, because I feel like Toby is like should be the leading factor for the after dark and introducing the conversations. Y'all drop a
okay.
comment if y'all agree.
Yeah,
I feel
her
like this
ass is a little uncensored. We don't know what's gonna come out her goddamn mouth. Like, we be offline and we be like, okay, Toby, look, we didn't jump to that segment yet. Like, can you hold that comment? And she's like, what? And she don't see nothing with it. So, Toby, without further ado, can you take us into Black Love Elevated After Dark?
All right, y'all. So Black Love Elevated After Dark. Today, our conversation is about limits, right? So we have all walked down that aisle. We have taken the vows. We have said that we're gonna, you know, do all these things. We committing to be open and, you know, 100% loyal and all of this, right? We're not gonna venture outside our marriage. And some people have even said obey. Okay, now I ain't saying that in my vows, but I'm just saying some people said that in their vows. So, are there sexual limits in when it comes to marriage? Are you allowed to have sexual limits? Should you feel comfortable like with being vulnerable and telling your spouse that you want to try something sexual, and your spouse should be open to it, or should they be like, nah, you knew when we was dating that I wasn't trying to get peed on, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want to do that now. Like I'm saying, like, what y'all think? Should there be limits? Once you commit, you got that ring, y'all are together. Are you allowed to have your limits, or should your limits be a little more open, flexible?
Ooh,
I'm gonna kind of jump in, Ash. I'm gonna
please,
jump in.
please.
But first, I want to kind of go into communication. Open communication is very important in a marriage. And we spoke about this a couple of segments ago, where allowing your spouse to be open, you may agree or disagree, but if you make them feel comfortable enough to at least voice their opinion on
Outside,
how they feel, then, that at least will give you some type of understanding. We talked about those options. So communication is key. Now, for me, I've been married 24 years. So when you talk about change and limits, when we got together, we may have been this way. But over the course of years and time, we've changed. I may have some new fetishes. I may be thinking about something, life changes, life happens, things like that happen. So I think that there's limits. I believe there is limits. And I want to share this story because somebody came to me, and this was just today, and I was talking about it. I was like, we're going to kind of be chatting about this. They was like, well, there's a couple out there. So they've been married, right? They've been married for about 7 years. And now the guy wanted to introduce a man into the bedroom because he wasn't quite comfortable within his space. He didn't feel like he was really making his wife happy, like satisfying all of her needs. So he said, well, honey, let's bring a man into the bedroom and I want you to be with this man. Okay. That was line one. They did that. Then the conversation came. Then Tobie, the conversation became, now I don't want you to just sleep with this man. I want to sleep with this man. We should sleep with this man together. So I'm listening to the story intently. I'm not interrupting. I said, okay. So I went to the point and I said, well, did that happen? I mean, like, come on, get to the punchline here. It did. The husband allowed the man to come into the bedroom, satisfy the wife. He wasn't quite satisfying the wife. Then the husband joined the bedroom. So then my question was, does that make him bisexual? Yes. Are they still together? Yes. I think it was all about being open, the communication, everything that may work in your household. There's no judgment here, guys. We already said it. There's no filter. That may not happen in another household or bedroom, but because she allowed him that space to be open and communicate that, she entertained it and she found out some things. Now, we're jumping to another portion of it, but I think that can happen if you have open communication because people do change. Fetishes do appear and happen. So what do you think about that, Ashley?
Bust that shit open. No, I'm just playing.
Bust it wide open. What?
Bust that shit up. No, I'm just playing. I am just kidding, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. I have to agree with Eb in a way. Like, it's the boundaries things. And Trisha was saying that too in the comments. We're gonna get to her comment in a second. But I honestly feel like, yeah, you got to be a little bit more adventurous. I want to also keep my spouse happy. So I need to be a little bit more adventurous, but you also have to have your boundaries set in place. Like, absolutely, you shouldn't be doing things that make you extremely uncomfortable, but also your spouse should respect those boundaries. That doesn't mean that this isn't the right person for you, unless it's like, if you don't do this, if you don't do a threesome, I absolutely cannot be with you because that is a boundary for me. I have to have it. I don't want to be with somebody like that. If you don't have no sense of control whatsoever to respect me in a way, you don't love me enough, we got a problem. We got a whole problem. So we need to go ahead and scratch that anyway, because I'm not going to ever be able to satisfy your needs if that's not what I'm into. But there are some people who are into that type of whatever. So you also want to have that conversation initially to make sure that y'all are meeting each other's needs sexually and also on the communication side, mentally and all that other stuff. But sex is a big thing. We can pretend like it isn't, but it is, and if my spouse is not able to meet my needs, I'm sure there are ways we can get to that point where he's meeting my needs and we can work around it. But there are some people who just like, hell no, no, if you can't do it, it's whatever. So my question for you ladies is, if a person isn't willing to respect the boundaries, you like, are you done with that, Tobie? Or you like,
So you're saying like if I were to say, okay, this is what I want to try, and then my spouse is like, nah, I'm not really feeling that, then
mm-hmm.
do you leave that person, or do you just
Yeah,
try to?
work it out.
I definitely think you should be allowing your spouse to have the right to say no, because otherwise, hell, at this point
That's right.
now we in a whole nother realm of violation in the marriage if your spouse can't say no. But I do think it's important for you and your spouse that like you're honest with your spouse, and your spouse needs to be honest with you. If you don't think that you want to do this thing that I want to try, don't tell me you want to try it, and then I'm looking for us to try it and we never fucking try it, or we try it and now you feel in some kind of way or whatever. Like, nah, be straight up and honest with what it is, both on both sides.
Yeah, because you can't forget the respect part, and definitely about losing yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like this is something that's gonna go against your values or your integrity of how you feel in your body, then yeah, that don't work for you, and you should be able to voice that and say,
Yeah.
"Nah, we're gonna pump the brakes here, bro. I ain't feeling that, but I ain't gonna make you feel away because you thought it." Or you said, damn, I may have wanted to try that. Shit come up online all the time. I mean, think about it, ladies. You got all of these different communities out here. I've been looking into this. Girl. It's a lot of stuff out here. You got the unicorns, and now I'm dead ass though. You got things where they have a lot of different kind of sexual communities and things that's going on. You got orgies, and you got people that they come up in costumes, or you're able to be with my spouse if you give permission, or but it's all about boundaries and what you allow somebody to do. And if you don't agree, I think it should be okay with you saying, nah, I don't agree with that, but I ain't gonna make you feel a way about thinking it.
Right.
Right.
And if you're gonna make me do it and I gotta leave, or if I don't do it, now I'm out of the relationship, then you wasn't the dude for me. Then I'm out any goddamn way. Fuck you mean.
Right. Yeah. And I'm the kind of person, like, if I ask you if I want to do X, Y, Z, and you don't want to do that, you're not with it, then okay, that's cool. What about this? Like, I done started thinking about some other shit. I got plan A, plan B.
Is that a hard no? Is
You
that
know
a
what I'm
soft no?
saying?
Should I rephrase the question?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I give you a little glass of something, can we wiggle it in? Like, just saying.
Exactly. I Ash, come on, give us some tea here.
Man, what? First of all, Eb, you are correct. There are a bunch of different communities out there. So I don't think, I agree with y'all. No one should be shamed about, the things that they enjoy doing, even if it's not something that you enjoy. And I think one of the scary parts of, and Tobie, you brought this up when we were having our conversation and discussing our topics. One of the things that you brought up is like the Black community, and how we sometimes can be shamed or feel ashamed about some of the things that we want to do or explore and all that. So do you ladies feel like that could be the factor too? Like maybe it's because you've been shamed out of it, or religious wise that's the only reason that you're not willing to touch on it, or is it really that you don't want to? You know what I'm saying? Like it could be two folds, because Black folks would be like, you on that weird shit. You on that, You know how we get in our community.
Yeah, I definitely think that a lot of it is stigmatized. I think that, for me, there have been some things that I may have wanted to introduce, and it's looked at initially as, oh, that's white people stuff or whatever. And then once you try it, it's like, oh shit, I ain't know. Like, that they get down like that. Yeah, like, yeah. So I think it's definitely, you got to be open to trying anything and not put it in a certain box.
Oh,
What
look
about
at
you?
this. What did you say, Bio say? What is this comment you got up here, Ash? So
I don't want
basically, he has hidden agendas. Now he crossed the line, and his wife will never look at her husband the same way, because he really did it for himself, but had to use his wife as a pawn to get what
Oh,
he
he talking
wanted.
about that other topic. I mean, the
Yes.
other that you
Oh,
was.
okay.
No,
I'm
me
like,
still.
what? But that is true. But I'm sorry, that was a little sidebar there.
But
Jamaica
yeah,
says
I
no
get what
means
he's saying
no.
though. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. I mean, I get it, but the fact of the matter is, to me, is that we can explore. We do. I think Black folks need to be a little bit more open to exploring things. I think other communities are without shame, but sometimes
Oh,
Black folk be
shame.
talking too much. Let's be for real. We talk too much, and then we want to shame each other about shit. So I don't
Mhm.
know how open we gonna be. What you think, Eb?
Yeah, nah, I definitely think you should have the right to try something different. I mean, back in the day, they may not have the rose. They got the rose today. I may not have pulled it out with my man immediately after sex because this is something I don't want to try. I may want him to watch me get off. Should I feel a way about that? Why? It could be a part of spicing up the marriage as well, because we all know that sometimes the spark goes dim and you got to keep that thing alive. So sometimes you got to be open to doing different things, but again, don't lose yourself in the process. But being open and allowing people to feel a certain way and have an opinion about how they feel about their body, because shit changes. I think that that's okay to do.
Yeah, keep a black box under the bed. is what
And
she
you
said.
said that shit. You said that shit. Keep it. I mean, you got to do something because, but again, I don't know. I keep going back to that communication piece because shit changes all the time. And if you feel in a way, I want my spouse to be open enough to be able to share that with me.
I
Yeah.
think y'all are being so vanilla about this. I feel like we need to be clear
Oh,
with our
say it
crowd.
then.
What we're saying when we talk about be outside the box. If you want to put on a diaper and walk
That,
around the house and cook, you know what I'm saying? If that
slow it
turns
down,
you,
Tobie.
this
Slow
turns
it
your
down,
spouse
Tobie.
on, y'all need to go ahead and do that. If
This
you want to put a one of them little horse bits in your man mouth and he just rides around like a little horse and shit and you ride on his back, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, so
let
I could be what's that hog tie shit? Have a keyword, be spanked and shit. Like,
let's do it. Yeah. Latricia say we eat booty now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we eat booty now.
okay,
Think that
Trisha.
we have as many limits as we used to. Hold on, girl. I hear you talking. Most limits just be limits. Like, what about Kelly? Is no Kelly? What she say?
like
That's
to
what I'm
know R.
saying.
Kelly
Like,
is.
you might get a lot of people out there that didn't have no problem with R. Kelly pissing on people because it was what it
That's a
was. You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
That's
Like,
an actual thing. Matter of fact, what's her name from City Girls said she liked it when Diddy pissed
uh,
on her,
uh,
allegedly,
what are you talking
Carisha.
about? Carisha.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, some
I,
people,
So different
yeah.
strokes for different folks. So take the
Oh,
judgment out of it. You may not do it in your bedroom, but trust me, darling, it's happening out there in a lot of bedrooms. You ain't got to be with the shits, but the shits is going on.
and you will find communities of Black people that are doing it too. So do not feel any kind of shame. I promise you. If it's something that you want to do, I guarantee you it's a Black community out there doing that shit. Look it up.
Google it. Look it up.
Look it up.
And then share the data, you know what I'm saying, with your spouse and say, maybe that's a gateway. Maybe you need an opening. How do you introduce that to your spouse or even a conversation like, babe, look at this shit right here I found online. What's your thoughts about that? And then shut the fuck up and wait for the answer. And then you can kind of read the room and see if you want to move forward with that shit. He may be like, what the fuck? Oh, hell no. Get away from it. Let it go. Like, it ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
that yeah.
Right.
Jamaica said, "Who wearing a fucking diaper?" He wants answers.
Tobie, go ahead and talk about it. I know you've been reading up on this shit. I know it's a lot of things out there. They got a lot of different communities and things like that. And look, there's no judgment. This is not a joke. This is people's livelihoods. You got sex addicts out there. I mean, come on. It's a part of life.
But I think we're talking about within marriage, so it's a okay conversation to have amongst each other.
You're right.
And then, especially with your spouse, you know what I mean? Understand what your spouse is wanting anyway in the bedroom. Like we said, we've been together for I don't know how many years between all of us, and if we are golden showers is crazy. If we are not keeping it together, as far as sexually with our spouses, you're gonna get bored, and that also is a huge thing on why some folks tend to exit. You know what I mean? I'll be honest, because I don't want to stay in no boring ass relationship. I don't let me goddamn hang from the cellophane, okay? One leg up,
Girl,
one leg
that's
on
just
the
like, oh,
headboard.
girl, remember she
You
tried that
know?
shit in the shower? That shit may be a dangerous situation, but you can go for it. I hope you got
Being
some good
dangerous.
insurance. But But
He in
look,
danger.
this golden shower. Can I ask y'all a question, ladies? It's no judgment, none of that, none of that. But why would you want a golden shower? What is the turn on behind that? Do y'all know? Have you researched that shit? Cause I can't see a
So,
dude peeing on me.
Oh man,
so,
Tobie.
I know this
so
motherfucker know what.
it's it's more about the humiliation, than the pee itself. It's more about feeling like you're being dominated,
Mm.
than the pee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's right. I do think she's right. I can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's so many ways that people have fetishes in different ways, and it could be either the person that they're doing it to, or they're doing it themselves. So it really don't have to be you laying there and getting this golden shower on you that turn you on. It could be your spouse who enjoys that dominance over you.
Power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know how we got to the point of the P point, the gold shower point, but it has happened before. Like people do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking online and I seen where she had this chick had on the all black and she had the dude on a shit around his neck like he was the dog and she was whooping his ass, telling him what to do, and he's like, "Yes, ma'am," but he wanted to be treated that way. He wanted
Right.
that. He paid her for that, girl. I can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
And a lot of times those be the men that they have high positions in their businesses. They're always dominant all the time. And it just turns them on to feel submissive in the bedroom.
Mm.
It's the
That-
power switch.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I think that's men and women though too. I
Yeah,
don't think
definitely.
that's just because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing all this all day long, telling people what to do, how to do. Like, nah. Sometimes I want to turn that shit off.
Right. Right.
You can
Yeah,
be a
but
PR.
you can be the peer. He is so silly. Look, I don't want to pee on nobody and I don't want to be the fuck peed on. But if you like that shit, as they just stated, golden showers and, hey, to each his own. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, let me drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water and make it rain. I don't know. The fuck?
Yeah. But the point of it is, don't feel like you can't do something for your spouse that they're looking for simply because of the image that it will give. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, then that's one thing. But
Yep.
don't not do it because of how you think other people might view it or whatever, because who gives a fuck?
You're right.
I
You are
agree with that.
absolutely correct. You are
Mm.
absolutely correct. So we done talked about a lot of spicy things, and I don't know. It gets really touchy, Ash. What's your thoughts? I mean, you got any spinoffs?
Oh man, not this time. Y'all have shut me up this time. Okay, I ain't got no spin-offs for that ass this time. No, I don't. And plus, we right at an hour,
Okay.
y'all. We gotta wrap this shit up. Thank y'all so
Okay.
much for joining us and interacting
was
with us
fun.
tonight. We had such a fun episode, and we will be back. Trust me. Trust me. So
Yes.
we're going to end this. Unfortunately, guys, I want y'all to know this too, but Instagram only allows an hour. So unfortunately, it cut off at an hour, but we still are streaming live on the other platforms. So you can always join on YouTube. You can always hit us up on Facebook, or you can go to StreamYard if you have an account with them to actually view us as well. But outside of that, thank you again for joining us with another episode of Black Love Elevated presents Tea Time with
Tobie.
I'm Ed.
and I'm Ash. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you later.
Yes. Girl, we need to get some bloopers going on. We got to talk about the after scene shit because you already know we about to have a whole